So the hunting horn got buffed. All of my concerns from the last video have almost gone completely out the window. So if you guys only want to hear what Griffted thinks about Iceborne hunting horn, well, here you go. It's groovy. So this video will focus on general hunting horn changes or buffs, then we'll focus a lot on echo waves. We'll briefly touch on Clutch Claw and Bubbles to close out the video, and I mean briefly. Duke Lukewarm tracked down these motion value changes, but before we had concrete numbers, we felt a difference. Right swing being faster, back slam being stronger. A speedrunner and friend of mine, the guy with no account, was certain of the backslam motion value being buffed, along with some other changes. He encouraged me to do some quick side-by-sides of Monster Hunter World compared to Iceborne. Here are a couple. Right swing looks faster and forward recital looks faster. These are not concrete though because of user error. The big takeaway from this is backslam is competing with the second hit of Super Pound now, making backslam a much more tempting option, opposed to Monster Hunter World, where you almost always want to Super Pound. More options means greater player expression, and that is great. Right swing received the 1 motion value buff, though it feels slightly more significant when you use it. In the old games, right swing was your bread and butter move. In Monster Hunter World, it was hardly used. I'm not sure where right swing will end up once the meta is settled in Iceborne, but it feels very nice to use. Interestingly, recital walking has been buffed. You are able to turn to a more dramatic degree, allowing you to position yourself even better. I think this is a sneaky way to increase the skill ceiling of the weapon. Top players will be maneuvering their recitals like a master carpenter maneuvers a wood chisel. I said in my first Iceborne video that Echo Waves was the most exciting move, and now with my hands on it, that is an understatement. Echo Waves may be the single greatest addition to the hunting horn in all of Monster Hunter's history, and I say that with no irony. You can only use Echo Waves after a normal move. You do this by pressing L2. After the move is complete, if you press the corresponding note color, you will get a special Echo Wave song. So for this example, we're trying to queue up the new Impact Echo Wave song. We hit L2, then Hilt Stab Circle. Now we have that song stocked in our queue. If you have 3 Echo songs stocked up, play all 3 and then encore them, you get a souped up version of the song. The same is true for having 2 of the same Echo Wave songs, reciting them and encoring them. We see speedrunners like Q utilizing this technique to stock up Echo Wave's impact and then play all 3 at opportune moments in his Banboro speedrun. You can also cancel Echo Waves early, so if you find yourself out of position at the start of an Echo Waves attempt, you can roll away. This move is affected by sharpness multiplier too. We see this because when we drop in the blue, we do less damage. This is good because if we get purple sharpness, the move will just get better. Echo Waves is affected by affinity as well. If you remember, I was concerned that the move doesn't crit. Well, it will crit in the base game. We know this because of negative crits. If a move is under 0% affinity, there is a % chance to get a negative crit, which means you hit less than a regular hit. Because Echo Waves can get negative crits, it's safe to assume that it can get a positive crit in the base game. Echo Waves is very thematic and feels right. It's visceral and satisfying to use. All that on top of Echo Waves' incredible motion value. This makes Echo Waves a high priority in speedruns, and to be sure, Echo Waves will shape the future of the hunting horn meta. Clutch Claw's importance has been demonstrated to me by my speedrunning peers like Q and Amadeus 225. Clutch Claw will be a major factor in speedruns, and using the claw at precise moments during a fight will be massive. Clutch Claw tenderizes the head and makes it take more damage. Even though I don't like the move visually, it still has major potential. And finally, bubbles. They're still worthless. And real quick, in the demo, we can see other Echo Wave songs displayed. Some look interesting. What do you guys think? Tell me in the comment section. So that's the big changes to Hunting Horn so far. In closing, I'd like to speak on some things. First, everyone is really excited for Hunting Horn in the beta, and some are calling it OP or broken. Gunlance was OP and broken in the Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate demo, but in base game, it was one of the worst weapons. I say this not to discourage enthusiasm, but as an effort to help everyone maintain a level of objectivity. Iceborne releases in September, and a lot could change in that time. As it stands now, however, I see the Hunting Horn being in a very good spot for base game, potentially being one of the best versions of Hunting Horn we've ever had. I hope you guys stick around as I continue to cover the weapon, which I adore. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, keep playing that sweet chin music, boys.